Hello everyone, and welcome to our presentation. Today, we're going to explore the essential steps of surface preparation for painting projects. Our focus will be on understanding the formula for preparation, which is cleaning plus chart approval plus primer. For example, if you're working with a surface area of 240 square meters, you'll need approximately 72 liters of primer, based on a coverage of about 0.3 liters per square meter. We'll also go through the key tasks involved, including cleaning the surface, getting chart approval, applying the primer, checking your tools, and coordinating with the contractor. I'm excited to guide you through each of these steps to ensure a smooth and successful surface preparation process. Let's take a closer look at the foam step process. It all starts with a level check, which is crucial to ensure we're on the right slope and that everything is aligned correctly. Next, we move to the consultant approval stage, where the project is reviewed and given the green light before moving forward. After that, we proceed with the foam pour, which is where the foam is applied according to the specific measurements. Then, we have the primer roll, which helps prepare the surface for the foam application. To give you a practical example, if the roof slope is 1 centimeter per meter, the foam thickness should range between 30 and 50 millimeters. This variation helps maintain the proper drainage gradient, ensuring water flows correctly without pooling. Throughout this process, we have key steps to remember. First, the slope check, which is marked with a straight ruler, then foam spray indicated by a dull trench, followed by consultant approval shown with scroll, then the primer coat represented by lotion bottle, and finally the inspection record, which is documented with camera with flash. Connecting all these points, the foam step is a systematic approach that guarantees quality and precision in our foam application, aligning with our overall goal of durable, effective waterproofing. Let's talk about the importance of neck and primer coating in ensuring seal quality. The formula here is quite straightforward. It depends on having 2 primer layers plus the proper neck finish. Now, why is this so critical? Well, each primer layer needs adequate drying time to develop its full adhesion and protective qualities. For example, if each primer layer takes about 4 hours to dry, then the total curing time before we can move on to the next step is 8 hours. This ensures that the primer is fully cured and ready for the next phase. In the process, we start with the neck forming, then apply primer 1, followed by primer 2. After that, we conduct an inspection to verify everything is up to standard. And finally, we get the consultant's approval before proceeding further. Keeping these steps on track is essential for achieving a high-quality seal and ensuring the durability of the final product. Remember, patience during curing is key to avoiding issues down the line and maintaining overall quality. Now, let's take a closer look at the waterproofing quality check. The core of this process is the waterproof test, which is based on a simple but effective formula: a slope of at least 1%, combined with seam inspection and a 48-hour water retention test. For example, if we're working on a roof that's 10 meters long, the minimum height difference required to meet the slope criterion would be 0.1 meters, or 10 centimeters. This ensures water can naturally drain without pooling. We also need to pay attention to 3 key steps. First, checking the slope to confirm it's adequate. Second, inspecting the seams thoroughly for any potential leaks. And third, conducting the water test by applying water for 48 hours to see if any leaks or issues emerge. Throughout this process, it's important to document everything with photos and measurements, and then have a consultant review the results to ensure everything meets our quality standards. These steps, slope, seam check, water retention, time, and review, are essential to guaranteeing a robust waterproofing system that will stand the test of time. Now, let's take a closer look at thermal insulation. The key formula here is protection equals thermal insulation plus protective screed. Essentially, this means that the overall protection of the structure depends on both the insulation layer and the protective screed applied on top. For example, if we consider XPS boards, which have a lambda value of 0.029 W/mk, this translates into a U value of approximately 0.34 W/m2k, meeting SBC 602 compliance standards. This shows how selecting the right insulation material directly impacts the thermal performance of the building. On this slide, you'll see several important points highlighted with icons. The thermometer represents insulation boards, which are critical for reducing heat transfer. The toolbox indicates the fixing adhesive used to securely attach these boards. The bricks is for the screed layer, which provides a protective and leveling surface. The straight ruler reminds us to always check the thickness, as it influences the insulation's effectiveness. The receipt signifies the need for a consultant stamp, ensuring that all specifications are verified and compliant. Lastly, the building points to the protective layer, which shields the insulation system from damage and environmental factors. Connecting this to our overall theme, proper installation and verification of each of these components are essential for achieving optimal thermal performance and ensuring long-term durability of the structure. Now let's look at the final step in our process, tiling and handover. The formula for completion is quite straightforward. It involves the final tiles, approval from the consultant, and the as-built handover. Essentially, once all tiles are laid, we get the necessary approval, and then we hand over the completed work with all the relevant documentation. For example, if we're using tiles that measure 600 by 600 millimeters, you'll need approximately 667 tiles to cover a 240 square meter roof area. This gives you a practical idea of the quantity required. Moving through the final steps, we focus on key activities. First, the tile laying itself, ensuring proper placement and adhesion. Then, an alignment check to make sure everything's straight and uniform. Next, a final inspection to verify quality standards are met. After that, we prepare and hand over the as-built documents, which include detailed records of the installed work. We also take site photos to document the completed project visually. Finally, all these steps lead to the handover, where we officially transfer the completed tiling work to the client or relevant stakeholders. This process ensures everything is thoroughly checked, documented, and approved, leading to a smooth and professional completion of the project.